Hey professionals, we're living in a generation where soft skills are just as important as hard skills. By the end of this video, you'll learn why soft skills are important and how to demonstrate them effectively either on your CV or during that interview. Think about this, if I'm interviewing two qualified candidates and both of them have relevant experience, how am I going to distinguish which one would be a better fit for the role that I'm hiring for? This is where I'm not only looking at their hard skills, but I'm also looking at them as a person to see if they're going to be a right fit for not only as the company, but for the current team they're about to join. The best way for me to differentiate this is to ask them questions about what soft skills do they have and where they demonstrate these soft skills and how do they go about their way of work. These questions can be, how do you like to be managed? How do you take criticism? Do you work well within a team? Can you adapt quickly to change? Can you own up and take accountability for a mistake? Can you prioritize your work when you have multiple deadlines? Every company that you apply for will have a different working culture. As an internal recruiter, I'm always assessing not only of your hard skills, but your soft skills to see if you're the right fit for our company culture. So be sure to demonstrate good soft skills during that interview process, because this will set you apart against other candidates and will put you at a massive advantage. Let me take you through the basics of what are soft skills. They're actually developed through experiences. They come naturally and they're part of your personality and character. We all have soft skills, don't get me wrong, but I know some will exhibit their soft skills more than others. Soft skills are 100% complementary to your hard skills. They are not opposites of each other. For example, a hard skill could be that you have project management experience, like actual project management experience. That's not a soft skill. A soft skill is maybe being adaptable or being able to critically think. If you are adaptable and you can critically think and you do have project management experience, I'll be thinking in my mind that actually, yeah, you'll be a great project manager. If you're looking to apply to a position and you see all the soft skills, why don't you actually take it a step further and add some value onto your CV where you've actually demonstrated these soft skills rather than just listing them. So here I'm going to go through a few soft skills where you can either demonstrate on your CV or during that interview. So let's talk about having negotiation or conflict resolution skills. A good negotiator will know when to exactly exert influence and to be persuasive. And resolving conflict is so important if you're dealing with a lot of customers or dealing with the public or even external stakeholders. So the best way to demonstrate negotiation or conflict resolution is to actively listen to a problem that may have occurred previously and come up with a solution on how you tackle that problem. The next soft skill that you should be demonstrating that is actually important to any role is creativity. If you're creative to actually finding a problem within a business and actually coming up with a solution to solve that problem, this is exactly what employers are looking for. If you can show creativity during that interview process, you will definitely be able to set yourself apart from other candidates. So an example of where you can show creativity is if you've developed and come up with any new ideas that may have actually solved a problem that the business is facing. Maybe you worked well within a team and actually met some key objectives. The next soft skill that every employer is looking for is organization skills. If you're actually applying to a graduate role, then organization is one of the biggest skills that employers are looking for. Good organization is essentially you being able to handle complex workloads. So be sure to wow them during that interview process. Be prepared to talk about a time where you've had to manage a busy workload. Maybe that could be just a busy inbox. If you need advice about keeping organized, then I would definitely recommend you watch the How to Pass Assessment Centers. I did a whole deep dive in that on organization and the best way to actually organize your workload. So definitely do check that out. Okay, the next soft skill is something that I actually don't see a lot on CVs that I feel like I actually should see, if that makes sense. It's actually empathy. Empathy is all about making connections with other people and making them feel valued. Having empathy is really important when you're going to be joining that new workplace, because you'll be forging relationships with new colleagues, new teammates that you've never met before. You'll be expected to work with them. So the best way to actually provide an example of empathy is where you've actually provided support and assistance to a colleague or a teammate. Not only will this be able to show that you have team working skills and empathy, but you could also mention that you worked together on a project and you all shared credit on the project. Another soft skill that employers are always looking out for is adaptability. Being able to adapt to different situations. As we go through our career, we're the ones actually choosing the type of career that we like to pursue and the type of job. But when it actually comes down to working that role, there may be a situation where you'll have to adapt to a certain environment. Being adaptable is just about how well you actually manage to cope to that different environment, to that different work scenario. The best way to actually demonstrate this is a time where you've been thrown in a different environment and how you overcame that environment. The next soft skill that is super important is fairly obvious. It's communication. I think we all know why communication skills are important. Obviously, it's crucial. In order to do your work successfully, you need to have good communication skills, whether to communicate deadlines on the project, who's going to be doing the project. If you're in a role where you'll have to be speaking a lot, so it's a customer facing role, communication is important, otherwise you won't be able to provide a good customer service. Not only is verbal communication important, but also written communication is important. So make sure you highlight where you've provided good, clear communication. The best way to actually demonstrate this on your resume or even in that interview setting is when you've maybe had to deal with a demanding or unhappy colleague, client, stakeholder, either internal or external. Okay, the next soft skill that could actually be borderline as a hard skill is leadership. I say it's a soft skill because it's something that's innate. It's a skill where you do have it, it's just about developing it over time. So some key examples of good leadership that I've seen is not only just motivating those that you leave, but it's also setting the right example. So I've worked with a lot of managers in my time, and I can hand on heart say that leadership boils down to three things: setting the right example, motivating those that you lead, and actually giving them clear and concise directions. So in order for you to actually demonstrate good leadership, tell me about a time where you successfully moved a team into the right direction, or you've all accomplished a goal that you've hit and you was the driving factor of the team hitting that goal. You also want to think about how you've helped that team grow and develop over time, and what resources did you provide or at least facilitate so they can grow. Okay, the next soft skill that I want to go through is critical thinking. Critical thinking is all about analyzing a problem, maybe using the divide and conquer method to get that problem, break it down into smaller pieces, and actually go ahead and solve it. So for this one, you want to think about how you propose a new solution to the workplace that has just increased the productivity or efficiency, or maybe it solved a problem that they've had. The next soft skill that honestly I don't think you'll be able to teach is just positivity. Being positive at work is so vital because not only will you be positive, but it will actually have a cause and effect on your teammates, and I'm sure they'll stay positive and it will just bring up the team morale. So be sure when you take on any new challenges or tasks that you always demonstrate a positive attitude, and you can display that in that interview. Or it's actually something that you can demonstrate on your CV. You positively took this approach. Okay, the next soft skill that honestly no one will be able to teach, but it's for you to just go and develop yourself, and that's being self-motivated. Being self-motivated is so key in order for you to perform consistent efforts as well as to maintain your enjoyment of the work that you're doing. At the end of the day, if you're positive and you're self-motivated, then they're not going to micromanage you and they can carry on doing XYZ while you're doing XYZ. If you can work well and deliver results without supervision, that is a vital skill that a lot of employers are looking for. Not only does this demonstrate commitment and reliability, but you don't want to be that one person at work where the manager is constantly looking at your work and just constantly checking if things are okay. You don't want to be that guy. So in terms of how you can actually demonstrate being self-motivated, it's just something that you're doing off your own accord. Like, no one's telling me to do these YouTube videos. I'm doing them off my own accord because I enjoy what I'm doing and I'm actually self-motivated to actually help out my community. How about all the subscribers that I've gained, or the people that are watching my content or come across my content? Because at the end of the day, I've got all this knowledge working in recruitment and I want to give it back to you. If you want to work in recruitment, there's 5 skills that you need to have. Self-motivated, you need to be a hard worker, you need to have good communication skills. I'd say you definitely need to be resilient, and most importantly, you need to be organized because you'll be dealing with a lot of different workloads, trust me. The next soft skill that you develop over time is work ethic. The thing about work ethic is not everyone is inclined to just go out and do hard work. People want the easy life, clock in, clock out, do the bare minimum, but you'll have those people that are grafters that will stay committed to put in that effort, put in that work, and that shows real dedication. So the best way to actually demonstrate if you've got good work ethic is you want to mention a time where you've been under pressure personally, and then how you had to knuckle down and just get the job done, and then you actually achieved a positive outcome out of it. This in turn helped prove to your whole team what you're actually made of and what you're capable of. And the final soft skill that I did actually mention previously is teamwork. It's so underrated, but the ability to work well within a team collaboratively is very important for any workplace. The best way to demonstrate teamwork and skills is how you've actually worked within a team, how many people were in that team, and what was the outcome of you all working together in the team. If you work with multidisciplinary teams across the company, then definitely mention that. Say you work in sales, but you've demonstrated working with the marketing team or the engineering team whilst working in your sales team, then that shows amazing teamwork and good communication skills. So when you talk about your soft skills, make sure you provide really good specific examples and the impact of what you actually did to develop these soft skills. The best way to actually improve your current soft skills is to take some additional courses. A soft skill that I really want to develop is public speaking. The best way I think I'm going to develop public speaking is to analyze those within my current company that I work at who are good at public speaking and understand what are they doing, what's their approach. Just be a sponge. How do they exemplify their soft skills? How do they improve their soft skills? And just learn and understand that. And I'm sure then I'll be able to help myself to improve my own soft skills, especially in public speaking. The whole point of this video and the key takeaways I'd say are, if you're applying for a role or you've already applied for that role and you've got the interview, read the job description carefully. Understand what skills are they looking for, what are their skill gaps. Definitely you want to prepare examples that relate to your soft skills and how you've demonstrated these soft skills and where you've improved these soft skills over time. Not only will this just put you miles ahead of other candidates, but it'll also make you self-aware with these are my strengths and these are my weaknesses. Displaying good soft skills will not only identify to the employer that you'll be able to do the job, but you'll actually be able to do the job well. If you demonstrate good soft skills but you don't have the relevant experience, then the employer may actually hire on your potential, because they know through past experiences that even though you haven't got the knowledge for the current role, you can grow into this role because you're a quick learner, because you're adaptable, because you can think creatively. The third reason is that the hiring team will evaluate if you'll be a right culture fit for the current team and company. Good soft skills will help you as an individual make well-rounded decisions. Thank you for watching. Drop a like on the video, it really helps out the channel, and it just tells me that yeah, you found this video useful, and hopefully you'll be able to put these examples and practices in place. I do post daily on my TikTok and my Instagram. Over there you'll be able to find short digestible videos on all things career related. I do go on TikTok live sometimes, so if I am on TikTok live and you want to join, follow me and yeah, ask me a question. I'm always happy to answer. The best way to catch me is just to make sure that you've got notifications turned on. Of course, if you want to work with me on a one-to-one session, then get in touch via my website or via my Instagram. We can book a one-to-one session and yeah, let's work together. Maybe it's about interview technique or actually improving your CV, or maybe you just need general career advice because you don't know where your career is going. Of course, subscribe because I'll be posting videos about career advice, interview advice, CV tips, advice about apprenticeships, universities, all that good stuff. So whatever step you're in at your career, I'm sure this channel will be useful. So definitely hit that subscribe button. Really helps me out, helps out the channel. Good luck getting your soft skills across to the hiring panel, and peace. I'll see you on the next one.